channel.
Hey everybody, continuing on our May event here 2025, and we're continuing on another one with the champion match from last year, and unfortunately I lost two matches. I lost to the Beyonder and I lost to this gentleman right over here.
What's up everyone, Mr. J here with another one for you, and we are here to bring you another good matchup.
Alright guys, you're probably wondering why we're doing it in my car. Well, because it's much more convenient than doing it anywhere else, so why not? Anyways, we're going to continue on by explaining the rules. It's real simple. We're going to make our argument, and then at the end, we're going to let you guys decide who won this fight. Now, keep in mind, it's important that you guys vote in the bottom of the YouTube comment section down below so we can determine one clear winner. Now, let's introduce you to our arguments.
Corner representing the Marvel Comics universe, Legion himself. Legion has over 200 Omega level personalities. He's only limited by his powers because of his mind being unstable. If he had full control of his mind, he would be unstoppable with his powers. Can shield himself from cerebral. Can make duplicates of himself. Analyzed a time stream. Send Storm back to her childhood. Can fold up dimensional space with one of his personalities, which happens to be the sumo wrestler. He can be lightning in your spine. Defeated elder gods, healed someone from a psychic tumor, strong enough to take blasts from Cyclops. His Moira personality had the ability to take out Charles Xavier and Magneto at the same time. This persona was also capable of stealing the universe and placing it in a box. She can create alternate universes and rewrite realities, Moira, and hit this personality. The 6 personas that escaped his mind weren't easy to put back into it. 1. Time Sync can manipulate time. 2. Styx can trap souls and steal minds. 3. Endgame has superhuman strength. 4. Chain can make clones of himself. 5. Voodoo can harm others by inflicting pain onto himself. 6. Susan in Sunshine can manipulate emotions. And, oh yeah, Legion can defeat the X-Men.
And this corner representing DC Comics, Crazy Jane from the Doom Patrol squad. Now let's go through her backgrounds. She has many personalities, I believe about 64. Flint is one of them and can teleport along with super strength. Flaming Katie has pyrokinesis. Black Annis had retractable claws and superhuman strength. Rain Brain is a substantially meaning can become immaterial, rendering her immune to physical attacks. Lucy Fugu, hopefully I said that right, is a reality manipulator using her radioactive bones and a generated harmonic sound. Scarlet Harlot has the power to read minds and mystical properties. 666 can control nuclear energy. Alice can manipulate emotions. Beat can control the earth itself. Baby Doll has telekinetic abilities. Busy Lizzie has 360-degree enhanced senses. And the other 64 personalities that has their own separate powers. Okay, so each one has their own unique specific powers. Jane has to keep the underground intact, which is a place in her mind where all their personalities are. This itself takes a very strong will and power person to achieve. A very powerful person to achieve this. A specific impactful actions, halting the creator. As Lucy Feig, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Jane played a crucial role in preventing the complete destruction of the universe by the cosmic entity known as the Creator. Confronting and managing trauma. Much of Jane's narrative involves confronting and navigating the severe childhood trauma that caused her DID. Her journey of healing and finding a way to coexist with her alters is an ongoing feat. In one instance, she was able to lead her other personas in dismantling a manifestation of her abusive father. Functioning and contributing despite the profound challenges of her condition and past, Jane continues to function and actively contributes to the Doom Patrol's efforts to protect others.
Legion, David Haler, is an Omega-level mutant from Marvel Comics, the son of Charles Xavier, whose dissociative identity disorder, DID, grants each of his numerous alters a different, often incredibly powerful mutant ability. When facing Crazy Jane, another character with DID, and diverse powers, Legion's potential for victory lies in his sheer scale of power, his more direct control over his alters, and his unique abilities. Here's how Legion could defeat Crazy Jane. Legion, at his peak, has demonstrated reality warping abilities on a cosmic, even universal scale. He can alter time, create pocket dimensions, rewrite reality, manipulate matter, energy at fundamental levels. Crazy Jane alters, while diverse and more powerful, generally operate on a more localized personal level. Legion could simply warp Jane out of existence, turn her into a non-powered object, or transport her to a dimension where she's powerless. Many of Legion's alters possess extremely powerful telepathy. He could project overwhelming mental force directly into Jane's mind, bypassing her physical defenses. Given the nature of her DID, overwhelm the underground, or could flood Jane's mental underground where her alters reside. The psychic energy causing chaos, sensory overload, or even killing off the alters. Legion's telekinetic alters could dive into Jane's deepest traumas, which caused her DID, and amplify them, rendering her catatonic, emotionally crippled. He could mentally trap Jane and all her alters within an illusion or specifically constructed psychic prison from which they cannot escape. Only for certain ones. While Legion struggles with his alters, he has at times shown the ability to suppress or directly command specific alters to manifest their powers for a more strategic or tactical advantage. This offers a more coherent and focused attack strategy compared to Jane's often involuntary chaotic shifts. Strategic use of her powers. Legion has hundreds, potentially thousands of alters where he has shown how specific types of his alters could be devastating. An alter like Time Sync could manipulate time around Jane, freezing her in place, rapidly aging her, or reversing her actions. This would nullify many of Jane's offense or defensive strategies. Alters capable of transmuting matter, like Johnny Gamora, who can turn things into salt, could instantly nullify Jane or neutralize her by altering her physical form from the environment around her. Alters that can control vast energy amounts could unleash concussive blasts and heat vision or other forms of energy attacks that could overwhelm Jane's most durable alters. Alters that possess direct reality warping abilities could simply erase Jane's powers or even entire alters from existence. 6. This alter could absorb spirits and consciousness of those he touches, turning their bodies into puppets. While he needs physical contact, Legion could combine this with teleportation or speed to tag Jane. If he successfully absorbs even one of Jane's alters, it could severely disrupt the internal system. Jermail Kamari, who's a telepath, one of Legion's core telepathic alters capable of vast mental power, could lead a full-scale assault on Jane's mind. Legion has alters capable of direct mind control, which could force Jane's alters to turn against one another, simply compel her body to stop fighting, exploiting Jane's vulnerabilities. Involuntary alter switching. Jane's primary weakness is her lack of consciousness control over her which alter manifests. Legion, with his knowledge of DID, could intentionally trigger stressful situations, emotionally responses designed to bring out less combative or more vulnerable alters, leaving her exposed. Legion could use his telepathy to sow discord within Jane's underground, amplifying existence conflicts between her alters or creating new ones, causing her systems to collapse from within. Like all individuals with DID, Jane's condition stems from profound trauma. Legion, especially through his more malevolent or anatomical alters, could probe and exploit these deep-seated psychological wounds, breaking her spirit before breaking her body.
Alright, now let's talk about Crazy Jane's endgame, or pretty much how she could win this fight. Both have their issues when it comes to mental stability, but I believe Jane's mind is still sharper based on the quick reactions of her power changes she has done within the comics. When she needs a particular power to come out and help her out of a jam, that personality usually does. Now, of course, Jane doesn't have control of it, but her other personalities seem to know when she needs one of them for a particular task, meaning whatever Legion attempts on her will fail. Mind control, she has a person for that, so block away any mind manipulation Legion might attempt. Reality warping, she has a person for that, so if he decides to do some changes, she can do changes of her own. Hide and sneak attack, she has a person for that. Busy Lizzie has 360-degree senses, making the element of surprise obsolete. The prime weapon, Jane's most potent weapon against Legion, isn't necessarily a specific power, but her collective understanding of mental trauma and DID. She knows the labyrinth nature of a mind fractured by trauma better than almost anyone. Dr. Harrison is an alter and psychiatrist within Jane's mind. She could potentially act as a psychological combatant, attempting to analyze Legion's mental state, identifying his core trauma, and exploit his emotional vulnerabilities or trigger disruptive switches between his alter selves. The Hangman's beautiful daughter. This alter creates physically active paintings. She could paint visions that specifically target Legion's deep-seated fears, insecurities, or the traumatic memories that lead to his DID. Scarlet Harlot, with the abilities to create ectoplasmic projections and manipulate psychosexual energy, she could craft illusions or sensory attacks that prey on Legion's internal struggles or anxieties, potentially overwhelming his physical defenses. Alice, this alter can manipulate emotions and convert them into destructive energy. She could attempt to amplify Legion's negative emotions, fear, self-loathing, confusions, to the point of incapacitation, or cause a feedback loop that damages his own mental landscape. Overwhelming and adaptive powers. To set, here we go. We got Flit for immediate evasion of tactical repositioning. Flit's teleportation is crucial. She could avoid Legion's reality warping blast or instant manifestation of power. Lucy Fugi, sorry if I'm saying that wrong again. Her ability to generate harmonic vibrations and slow down universal destruction seems against the creator. The Decreator is a high tier reality warping defense. While it might not stop Legion entirely, it could buy Jane time or disrupt Legion's own reality bending efforts. Rainbrain, the substantial alter, offers a perfect defensive counter against physical attacks, allowing Jane to avoid direct hits from Legion's immense strength or energy blasts. 666, this is a fearless alter with control over nuclear energy, could unleash devastating offensive power, forcing Legion onto the defense. Hammerhead / Black Annis for the direct physical confrontations when necessary. These alters provide superhuman strength and aggressive combat capabilities to exploit any openings or weaknesses. And possibly the last thing I'll mention is unique counters to reality warping. The unkindness of ravens. In later comics, Jane, or aspect of her mind, has shown to the ability to tap into abstract concepts and even the very fabric of narrative or reality. If she can access any such higher level manipulation, it could potentially counter Legion's reality warping by changing the rules of the engagement itself. This is a very high-end interpretation of her potential, but given the Doom Patrol's surreal nature, it's not entirely out of question.
Alright guys, and that's it. So if you guys liked my argument, you know what you can do? You can hashtag CrazyJane.
And if you like my argument for this fight, you can hashtag Legion.
And as always, No Prince fam, we really appreciate you guys keeping it 800 subs. Peace.
And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy our content, you know what you guys can do. You can share, you can like, or you can subscribe to our channel. When you guys subscribe to our channel, you know what you do. You guys are building our empire and allowing us to provide you guys with even much more greater content for you guys to enjoy. Shout out to all my content supporters. Not working together, but we like to give credit where credit is due. Ivan the Unstoppable for all the knowledge of comic feats, watch Mojo for origins and for all the background videos, Comic Historian, Comics Explained, and key issues. Go ahead and check them out and tap into the world of comics by supporting other creators. Link to channels will be in the description below.